I'm trying to get you aligned with the place where you find that you can do exactly what it is that you have in mind, because here's the truth. You're unique and there's only one you. So take it and use, body and move. See what's in front of you. Summer moon. Look, every time I want to go and communicate, this is what comes out. This is how it is. I don't know why I'm so rhymey and poetic and musical, but it's just natural to me. So I'm also looking to embrace who it is that I actually am, and so I'm gonna have to face the inner judgments and just allow it to unfold, right? Because this is what I've come to at this point in my life, and this is what I want to share. We hold ourselves back or suppress and hide so many things that come naturally to us, and then it just makes us feel rigid and, constricted. And that isn't very pleasant, obviously. You want to be able to breathe and to be free. And in order to do that, you have to assert yourself, even to yourself. Like, for example, like I just said, if you're holding yourself back, nobody's even judging you, nobody's even saying anything to you. You have to be the one to say to yourself, I'm going to allow it, and I'm going to just do it. And I'm going to grow in relationship with my own self as I go. So this is how it's happening. Let's do it. We're doing it real time. This is the experiment. And it's not really an experiment because I know exactly, I feign ignorance sometimes, even in the face of the present moment. It's like I have to disclaim or something, and it's a pattern that, I don't know, it's not mine, because I proclaim the truth. How should I say? Everything that we are and that we have, although we are individual and unique, we also share. And so the things that come up and present itself as objective reality is objective because there is an objective truth that we all share. But in that bigger picture, we all make up the different facets. Something like there are many different colors and things that are objectively beautiful, and they don't all look the same. They're not all of the same exact properties or qualities, but yet cohesively they make one big beautiful picture. And each one of us, we're built different. We're built different, but the same. And yeah, the commonalities and the variety are what make everything beautiful. But we are shaped in our own individual resonance. So what I may perceive as beautiful to me may differ to your opinion of what's beautiful to you, because of those different perspectives and the way that our frequency or our soul is shaped. And it's also based off of our experience here in the body. So we might even have certain beliefs or perspectives that aren't even aligned with our soul's truth, and yet it shapes our beliefs and therefore shapes what we think our tastes are. And those are the things that I want to really define. And, like if you were to take what was obscuring the truth and move it out of the way, what would happen? What would happen if we actually saw something where, if we were to live by it and follow through, and it matched up with our picture of paradise, our picture of our dreams, or our favorites, everything, the ideal, would we be happier that way? I mean, it makes sense that we would be, because it's like we're experiencing things that always fall short of what exactly it is that we want, and we're judging it as we go along. We're like, oh no, that wasn't it. No, that wasn't it. No, I don't like this, or I do like this, or that person, I thought I was seeing something, I thought I was feeling something, but no, it turned out not to be very good in the end. And it's kind of mysterious sometimes, because we are always changing and morphing and fluctuating with our own personal experiences and choices, and all the while reflecting and projecting other people back to them, or ourselves onto them. And it's like, all right, we need boundaries. We need to establish some kind of border, or like, I have to proclaim and say, this is me, and only I can decide that from within myself, and you also have to do the same thing. And so instead of bending and shaping and morphing completely to what you think that I would want, or perhaps in the same sense, not receiving somebody else for what they say, we're all kind of bearing each other's burdens no matter what. So what would really help is if you feel good about you. That's really what it comes down to. Are you living and you're like, oh my god, I have to freaking endure this, I have to blah blah blah, like I have to show up this way or else this. Like, if you're doing that, it's gotta change. And if you're going out and bulldozing everybody, I mean, I don't know, I'm not, that's the opposite side of, like, my side of the coin. So I have no place to speak on that. But I imagine that everybody's self-aware. So we do have to be considerate of the feedback that we get from others, and decide what it is that is the fruit of what we're doing. Like, am I happy? Are you happy? The people around me are happy? Discerning whether or not they are actually for you and supporting you. Because number one, if you feel really good, if you feel really sure of yourself, and somebody else or the people around you are always bringing you down a notch, like they're trying to compete with you, or they're trying to insult you, or they feel insecure, like, you have to know within yourself, like, I know that it's not about me and it's about them. I know it's not my job to try to convince somebody that I am acceptable. I know that it's not right if I don't feel very good about what it is that someone else is reflecting back to me, and I should be able to eventually discern that this is about them and not about me. Or if there's something that makes sense, where I feel like, oh, yeah, that makes sense, then it's up to me to decide that it's good for me to change. So, and sometimes it is, because we learn and grow from people, and we're like, oh wow, I didn't know that about myself. I'm glad that I have you, that's the beauty of it. I'm glad that I have you. And every change that we make should feel good to us. It should feel right. It should feel like it aligns. It should feel like we become even better with the people that we're around. We feel more at peace, more harmonious, more inspired. more loving. Like, we should look forward to things, and we should look forward to sharing things with the people around us. And if we can't do that, it's like we have to find those people that we can do that with. And so, if you're currently living with family or living with friends or whoever it is that you live with, you just have to know that, I mean, if you're watching this, you're on the internet. So you have to know that you can meet people like me, like I exist, and you can find other channels and people too. But also, to be able to find yourself is what's necessary, because yourself, in truth of your soul, is as your foundation with which you relate to everyone else and everything in the world. So you have to be the one to initiate and integrate your own will. And in my personal choice and decision, I choose to align my will with the highest truth. And, you could say God, right? Nobody can really say what it is that it is the higher power, but I just know that there is one. There's one that unites us. And so I use the words that I know, just like anybody else. We only have what we know. And so what makes sense for you will feel right. And there's always room for everyone to exist and everyone's truth and individual truth. And I believe that everybody's individual real truth, if we're not in pain and disease and disorder and confusion and acting out of these places of fear, everybody's truth fits together. And there's room for everyone. There's room for everyone to be exactly who they are, freely, to be able to breathe and exist and create and enjoy and live in harmony with nature. Like, that's just real. Like, you might think that sounds woo-woo and like a fairy tale, but you see the kind of stuff that we live through. Like, this place is magical. This place doesn't always make sense because it's the mind that interprets. It's the like, we're spiritual and what's it called, abstract at the same time as we are concrete and grounded on the earth. So what you say or feel today, you might not be able to say and feel the same thing later, but yet you're so adamant, you're so passionate. And if we could become aware of our passions, our beliefs, and actually intentionally direct them, if we can become more intentional. Oh, wait, that's the second part on my notes. Make your intentions clear. And I've noticed that instead of thinking in my head, if I just take action, like some people say journaling and stuff, that's how people manifest. And the only thing I could say briefly, because I'm not going to go into the whole story right here and right now in one video, it'll unfold over time, but the only thing I could say is that I wasn't doing that because I was in a place of fear and feeling low and heavy. And I can get into all the reasons why, but I didn't want to write in a freaking journal. You don't want to do anything from that place. And I want to come and do whatever it is that I'm going to do, because I don't want anybody else to stay there. And that's what love is when we take action, when we're like, this whatever this is matters so much that I will stop at nothing, right? Grace undeterred for a reason. I will not be deterred. I will stop at nothing. That's what we have to say to ourselves. We have to choose to value something enough to do something. Like, where all of that, whatever the excuses may be, just goes out of the possibility. Like, you don't allow it to be a choice for you. And I wrote, also, remove the question, remove the doubt, and it'll all work out. How many times do we use positive statements as questions? Because we're insecure, we're unable to take responsibility for the consequences of those actions, and therefore we don't take them. What would happen if we decided to take on more responsibility and more power? And we could trust and rely on each other to support each other to do it, to make it happen. What would happen? This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see, and this is what I think everybody wants to see. So, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm going to have to make this up all along the way, right? But I want to connect with people. So, if you are somebody that can understand and agree or align with whatever I'm saying, please freaking contact me or comment, because everybody says, oh, I wish I could find somebody like this, I wish I could find like somebody like that, and there are so many people that relate, but they don't connect and start actually talking. And then there's all these ways that we can make communities. So I gotta find a way, and I gotta make this community of my own. So I guess it'll start here as this channel, but I gotta learn some ways to set up like an actual, some people do forums, some people do Discords or whatever, there's different platforms. I'm gonna have to decide which is the best for me, and then add that element, which I will. Okay. And then I put, be applicative. Take action step by step, beat by beat. And I say beat by beat because I believe that everything is sound, everything is resonance. We speak just like wherever we came from spoke everything into existence. Everything is sound and frequency, and yeah, you've probably heard it all, and we'll go through that. But being applicative means that we actually apply ourselves and what we know, and we cultivate what we know with care. Like, we actually care. We give a shit, right? We give a shit. We care. And so we're cultivating with actual care, and not just being like, oh, blah, blah, like, whatever. No, we have to be structured with a purpose and then apply what we know and apply ourselves. We have to show up. So take action step by step and beat by beat. Beat by beat is like you're on the rhythm, you're riding the rhythm. You're like, if you imagine everything is a song and a dance, and the flow state, when you're in the flow, when you're in the groove, when everything moves, like how I said, I naturally start singing, or I start speaking in rhymes and poetry, and it's a form of expression, and it's powerful. It's a rhythm. It keeps things in rhythm and flow. And if we show up and we are in that flow, living in harmony, harmonization, it's like playing a song on beat. It's on point, and it sounds good. It sounds really good, and we can all vibe to it. That's my vision. It's like, I want to experience that. And then I also put pray and affirm. Pray, to me, means what it means to me. Some people say mantras or affirmations, so that's why I put an affirm, because we have to keep this going in our minds. We have to know like what it is that we're like the song that we're singing, the dance that we're dancing, the life that we're living. We have to keep that flow going instead of just getting distracted by all these different things that can add into the mix. It'll be conflicting and chaotic. We have to somehow keep that flow going more consistently in our lives, and that turns into our daily routines. And now, yeah, it differs for people, but what my vision is for more people to actually coordinate their routines. So I believe in family, and then I believe in community. So the coordination of people that can mutually come together is what causes things to resonate and be stronger, I guess you could say, or like more clear and potent, and like the potential is realized, you know. So instead of it being like a vague kind of like quiet, vague, soft, I'm trying to find a way to describe it. Yeah, vague is the best word, but instead of being vague, it's very clear, and you'll hear it and you'll feel it, you know? Yeah, you'll know. There's no denying it. And then I wrote, ask for help and support. Supporting others when you can. So this one is to remember that you're not just doing something on your own. Obviously, you're not going to make it very far if you're just only considering yourself. You're not going to make it far in the realm of potentiality, because like I said, more people working together in mutual accord is what grows the sound and the frequency. It's like having a bunch of instruments playing at the same time, like in an orchestra, versus just one person playing. You know, everything gets amplified and resonates. So asking for help and support not only helps you, because we can't just do everything in our vision all on our own. That's why everyone's all disconnected and stuff, because we might have a vision, but then we're like disconnected. So it's like we think we have to do it all ourselves, and then it seems impossible, and then we just stop and never start. So that's the whole point, is ask for help, realize what your part is in your own vision, because you only play one role, and then the other people that we connect with fill in the rest of it, right? So, and then supporting others when you can is like when you see a way that you can connect and support somebody else, that allows that connection to be made, and then both of you, when you come together, can see the potential for what's next. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I do this and you can do that, and like, you know, everything starts unfolding from there. But you have to like put it out there, you have to ask. So just like I'm asking now, I'm saying, everyone, if anybody's watching this, let's freaking connect. So I want to meet people. Anyway, I want to help you, which is what I'm doing this channel for. And I also kind of need help because I have a big vision. I have a big vision here. So I got to start creating it, right? And then the last thing I wrote here in this particular document, I guess, because I have a lot, is persevere. So this is also my intent right now, personally, is to persevere. So many times I've kind of started something and the idea of something, and then maybe I do it once or twice and then it kind of falls off. But in order for anything to really be established or even gain momentum, we need repetition and consistency, you know, because nothing just grows immediately. I mean, we enjoy things in the moment, but I'm saying, like, if you're building something bigger than yourself, or in life, you need to be consistent and show up consistently. So, perseverance. Yeah. I can be of service and accompaniment. A piece of you from another place and time perhaps echoes through me. Time as experienced chronologically is of the mind, on a rate of a lower frequency. It is simply one component to a bigger understanding. With love, Rudimentary D. I'll see you guys next time.